Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. I have to make it known right away that I lost a bunch of footage in this episode for some reason. So you're not really going to see the end of Stage 1. You're going to see a little cinematic camera of the finish and the start of Stage 2 with a cinematic camera. But I lost a lot of my POV footage of the end of Stage 1, and most of the footage in the third and final stage was lost except for the very end. So it's certainly going to be a shorter video. I do apologize. It wasn't my fault though, obviously. But yeah, most of the footage got lost. So it's going to be a shorter video. Unfortunate, but we had William Byron in the car here for the Xfinity Series, obviously, since he is our playoff driver. He got sent to the back after he crashed in qualifying, and certainly that was a setback for him now as they're in the round of 8 here in the Xfinity Series now as he goes through turns 3 and turns 4, working his way up into the top 25 at this point, and he would continue to move a little bit more forward as he came to the final lap now as he went down through turn 3 and P21 as he comes through turn 3 and turn 4 for the final time. William Byron's going to exit turn 4 still in that 21st position, and he's going to come through the tri-oval to finish in P21, which is certainly going to be a bit of a setback for our Xfinity team here in the points, as you're about to see the hit we take as Christopher Bell won the race. But you're about to see, like I said, the hit we take in points is certainly not a good one now as we are below the cut line in the Xfinity Series as Byron is 12 points out. But now it's time to set our sights on the Cup Series race. Like I said, a lot of footage lost in this one, so it's unfortunate. But we will cut straight to the qualifying effort here in Kansas. Obviously, Kansas is a track that I struggle at a lot, and we get ready to decide who makes it into the round of 8 today, and hopefully we're going to be one of them. We have a good points buffer, so I wasn't really too concerned. We would cross the line with a 30.476, and we qualify P12 for Kansas, which isn't a very bad qualifying effort at all. So let's get ready to go green here to decide the 8 drivers that will remain in the playoffs. Hopefully it includes myself.
Today, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series returns to Kansas City, Kansas for the running of the Hollywood Casino 400. We're halfway through this year's playoff season, and after today, the list of playoff contenders will be cut from 12 to 8. In 2017, Martin Truex Jr. became the first driver to sweep both races at this 1.5-mile tri-oval on his way to his first ever NASCAR Cup Championship. Will Truex Jr. continue his recent dominance here, or will another driver emerge victorious and cement their spot in the next round? Let's head down to the track as the action is just about ready to get underway.
Alright, we're ready to go green here for the Hollywood Casino 400 at Kansas Speedway, the last race of the round of 12. Martin Truex Jr. on the pole for Kansas, and that is your only note actually coming in to this race as we get ready to go green here in Kansas from the 12th starting position behind the 10 and the 14 of Almirola and Boyer. Now as the green flag is out and the last race of the round of 12 is underway here in Kansas. Usually we run into some type of trouble throughout this race at Kansas, so I wasn't expecting much today, but hopefully we can at least maybe try to get a top 10 in one of these stages now as we come through turns 1 and turns 2. For the first time, Denny Hamlin looking to my inside now. Kyle Larson and Alex Bowman behind me there as they battle side by side as we go down the back straightaway for the first time here today in Kansas. Now as we go down into turn 3, immediately getting up to that top lane, jumping up towards the wall. As you guys know, if I can jump up to the top at any track, I certainly do that, and Kansas is one of those tracks in this game where you can make the top lane work anytime. Now he's going to make a little bit of contact there with Clint Boyers across the line, completing the first lap here in this first stage as we continue to run the top, and it would certainly work a lot in my favor there as you can see how much momentum we are building up through turns 1 and turns 2, closing in on the back of the 40 of McMurray. We would get past him, and now as it came to lap 3, closing in on the back of Chase Elliott, our teammate who got in the wall. Now as we're going to look to the inside of him going down into turn 3, we have now moved in to a top 10 position, and we would come through to take over P9 from our teammate of Elliott, but he would give me a bit of a side draft on the exit of the corner, so he would continue to try and battle me, but we would be able to hold him off and get up to P7 now as it came to lap 11 here in the stage, getting a little bit sideways though, getting on that seam, but we do make a save, and this is really the moment where I started to lose some footage throughout this episode. So you're going to see this little clip here, and then obviously you're going to see a little cinematic of a quick finish of the stage. But either way, we go down through turn 3, sitting in that 8th position, as the car was actually feeling fairly strong at this point, which I wasn't expecting. I was thinking we were going to be around 15th or 16th now as we try to look to the right-hand side of Eric Jones as we go down towards turns 1. Truex continues to lead, and Truex, he wasn't the fastest car, but he was still holding everyone up, and that was really helping myself stay up inside this top 10 here. in Kansas is battled side by side with the 20 of Eric Jones right on the back bumper of Kyle Busch as we go down through turn 3 side by side there up by the wall. Obviously don't have any intentions to get down to the bottom if I don't have to now as we come down the straightaway, and like I said, here's really where I started to lose the footage. We would fall down to P9 by the final lap of the first stage, and you would see me cross the line right here behind Austin Dillon, and we would finish 9th in stage 1. And then I would show you guys a little quick start here, as this is when I just fast forward trying to get to the next cinematic camera. So you saw the start of stage 2, and we would be sitting P8 at this moment as we went down towards turns 1 on the inside of Kevin Harvick and Joey Logano now as we come through turns 1 and turns 2. So Truex, he had won stage 1 and he had continued to lead for a little bit longer, and this would obviously keep myself in this battle. But now as it came to lap 5, you see Truex actually losing the lead to Brad Keselowski, who looks to his inside. And I was certainly having just a blast right now with the AI as Truex, the slower car, was holding everyone up. But there now he loses the lead, and that's going to certainly change things up now as Keselowski moves through to take over the lead here in Kansas, as Keselowski is also in a must-win situation if he wants to get into the next round. As we came to lap 7, now going 3 with Kyle Busch. He puts me into the wall now as we go down into turn 3, and we're going to get sideways from the seam, and we're going to overcorrect into the wall there as we come through turn 3 and turns 4. Now not being able to get out of the wall, but we finally get out of it, but we lose many positions to these drivers just driving on past, and that completely ruins our second stage. And now Daniel Suarez is going to hit me into the wall as we come through down into turns 1, and we would be able to work our way back forwards a little bit as we came to a couple laps later on lap 9, passing Suarez now and making a 3 wide with Chris Buescher in the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. getting sideways there, but we hold on as we go down into turns 3. We would get past these guys and get up to P16, battling with Clint Boyer, who was on my inside as we came to the final laps in this second stage. Now as we were coming through turns 1 and turns 2 with Boyer on my inside, we get sideways, and we make contact with the 14 of Boyer, and into the wall we go crashing. Now spinning down the straightaway, the stage ends early, and we get P20. They're collecting Ryan Blaney. We would have to come to pit road, obviously, to repair the damage. It wasn't bad, as you can see. It really didn't pick up much damage, but Chase Elliott won the stage to pick up a playoff point, and this is once again where I lose even more footage, but you get to see the start at least of the third and final stage. The most footage lost was here in the final stage. You don't really see anything up until the final 10 laps or so. The footage loss was really weird in this episode. Like, I lost the end of stage 1 and the beginning of stage 2, and then it was okay. Then I lost a snippet of stage 2, and then we lost so much in stage 3, which was really frustrating. But you see me working my way forwards at this point through the field as we come through about lap 50 or so, closing in with less than 20 to go at this point now, trying to pass David Reagan. We would get past him. We would try to paddle with Clint Boyer, looking to the inside of Boyer, making a pass for that 16th position. And once we got to P16, it became a bit of a struggle. The car was certainly falling off pretty quickly at this point, but we would be able to run down the cars up ahead. But we would cut straight to lap 61 at this point, less than 10 to go. This is when I was actually able to regain my footage here in this race. And Bubba Wallace at this point was on my inside, along with Daniel Suarez as we were battling. Like I said, the car was falling off at this point, so I didn't have much left in the tank. I was really just hoping that we were going to stay green to the end of this race, because I know if we get a caution, we're certainly in trouble now as we come through turns 1 and turns 2, side by side with the 43 of Bubba Wallace. He gets clear for the moment as we went down the back straightaway, and unfortunately, I would lose a tiny bit more of footage, but Bubba Wallace, Daniel Suarez, they would both get past me, and we would get passed by Eric Almirola as well. And finally, this is where the footage finally was really being cooperative again. Now with just 3 to go in this race, battling with Eric Almirola, we might be P18, but really we can finish in 40th, and we will confirmed, or will be officially still into the next round. So I wasn't really concerned. I knew that we've done good enough in this race, at least in the first stage, to be safe now. So we don't have any worries here, even if we do crash within the final laps now as we approach 2 to go here in Kansas. Clint Boyer now on my back bumper there as we cross the line, just holding on to an 18th position now as we are coming to the white flag this time by now as we get the fuel icon. There was no cautions in this final stage, so we had to run it straight to the end now as we come out of turn 2, heading down the back straightaway, run on the back of Almirola, but I don't want to be on the inside, so I'm going to give him a bump as we go down into turns 3 and turns 4, approaching passing the final lap this time by now as we come out of turns 3 and turns 4. Clint Boyer looking to my inside as we come through to the white flag. The caution's going to come out here, coming to the white flag, and this is going to set up for overtime. Everybody's coming to pit road, obviously, because we only have 1 lap of fuel left. I wanted to maybe gamble and see what would happen if I stayed out, but I thought better of that. Obviously, we only have 1 lap of fuel, so we would come to pit road. We would take no tires and no repairs, obviously, and get ready to restart here in P17 as we gain 1 position due to someone up ahead causing that caution. So hopefully we can gain a few positions here on this final restart today in Kansas for the round of 8 decider. Now as the green flag is out, a lot of wheel spin on that restart, but thankfully we hang on to the car now as we cross the line. It is 2 to go here in Kansas, closing in on the back of Bubba Wallace as we're going to look to his inside as we go down towards turns 1 and turns 2. Kyle Busch, I believe, no, that's Austin Dillon leading. So Austin Dillon looking for win number 1 on the season as he leads away down the back straightaway with 1.5 laps to go here in Kansas, trying to side draft to 43 of Bubba Wallace, but unable to do so now as we go into turn 3, jumping up to the top where I know I'm safe, but the car is so tight as we go through the corner, we almost hit the wall now as we come out of turn 4, so certainly losing time quickly here coming to this white flag here in the final stage. Now Reagan making a little bit of contact with myself as we cross the line, heading down towards turns 1 and turns 2 for the final time. 3 wide with Hamlin and Landon Castle now as we come through the center of the corner, pushing up into the wall now as we come through the center of the corner, and once again I get stuck in the wall as we exit turn 2, and Joey Gase drives into the side of me and he goes spinning down the back straightaway, and that's going to end this race early as we go down towards turn 3. A very unfortunate finish for us in Kansas. Not even surprised though, because we always suck at this racetrack. We've got 1 top 10 and I don't know how many races here in Kansas, so it's unfortunate, but I believe, yes, Austin Dillon, he actually came through to still hold on to the victory there as Kevin Harvick gets second. We did advance into the next round. Jimmy Johnson gets P4, so good result for Jimmy Johnson, the best Hendrick car actually in the field, I think it was, so a great result for him, as unfortunately we finished P37 here in Kansas. But you see there, we make the next round. Joey Logano, Clint Boyer, Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin all miss it. We actually made it by 26. It says 3, but we were 26 to the good. So this is going to make the next round interesting. Hopefully we don't have any footage loss in the next episode for Martinsville. This is really the first time I've had so much footage get lost in one episode. It was really unfortunate, but I appreciate you guys sticking around and being supportive. Obviously, it was unfortunate to have the footage lost, but hopefully it doesn't happen again here for Martinsville or anytime soon. So in the next one, we will be going to Martinsville. No Xfinity Race for that one, but as always, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very appreciated. Obviously, a bit shorter of a video due to the footage issues, but now we will see the playoff grid going into the round of 8. We are only 11 points to the good because Truex is 1 out, so we're 11 to the good going into the round of 8. It's going to be a tough battle if we want to make it to the Final Four and contend for a championship in Miami. It's going to be a close battle between everyone, so we'll see how it goes, and I will see you guys in the next one when we start Martinsville, a track that we won earlier this season and last season, so hopefully we win again. So thank you for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day.